Hi, how are you? Fine? Yes, it's very nice to hear that because you all are doing fine. And in the last class we were discussing about exercise 3.2 complete questions. Completely we discussed that exercise, and today through this session we are going to discuss the next session, kinds of quadrilateral. One thing, it's going to be a very interesting session for you, very interesting session. And for a change, today we are not going to solve anything. We are going to discuss some shapes, some theoretical concepts only. Okay, so shall we? Yes, come with me. So before that, um, let me tell you something about the concepts. Kinds of quadrilateral, in the sense how many types of quadrilaterals exist, and you know that quadrilateral is just one of the classification of polygons. What do you mean by polygon? Polygon is it's a closed figure made up of lines. It can be triangle, it can be quadrilateral, it can be pentagon, it can be hexagon, it can be heptagon, octagon, nonagon, etc, etc. But quadrilateral means it's a polygon with a four sides. Polygon with four sides are known as quadrilateral. And you know that rectangle is a quadrilateral. So rectangle is a classification of quadrilateral, because we are going to discuss about the kinds of quadrilateral. That means how many different types of quadrilateral exist, and we are going to explore each of them. Like quadrilaterals can be divided into, can you tell me one example of quadrilateral? A polygon with four sides, as you said, a rectangle, then yes, square, then parallelogram. Then I think these are the three figures is very known to you, and there are some more quadrilaterals, so we are going to explore them through this video. Shall we? Come on. So you can write a side heading, kinds of quadrilateral, and just below that you can write this. The important types of quadrilaterals are as follows. First one is trapezium, second one is kite, and third one is parallelogram, fourth one is rhombus, fifth one is rectangle, and sixth one is square. That means there are six types of quadrilaterals are there. Trapezium, kite, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square. Here we already know what is rectangle and square, and you may know about parallelograms, and maybe rhombus, kite, trapezium are unknown to you, but we are going to explain that. But through this video session we are going to start with the rectangle and square, the most simple quadrilateral. Rectangle and square, we are going to explore it. We are going to learn which are the properties of rectangle and square, which all are the main rules of rectangle and square, which all are the properties we have to concentrate in the case of rectangle and square. That means we are going to explore rectangle and square through this session. So just write this, write all these six, and just below that we are going to just below that what we can write, just write a side heading, rectangle. We are going to start with the rectangle. We have to learn all these six quadrilateral well in deep. So let us start with rectangle. Let us start with the rectangle. So I'm going to draw this shape of a rectangle, the figure of a rectangle. This is what is a rectangle, which is the, if you name it as ABCD, the name of this rectangle is ABCD. Which all are the properties you know already in the case of rectangles? Tell me. First property is opposite side should be equal. That means AB should be equal to DC and AD should be equal to BC. That is the first property of the rectangle. Opposite side should be equal. So you can write that opposite sides are equal. Means what we can write, AB is equal to DC and BC is equal to AD. That means this side should be equal to this side. If it is 6 centimeter, it also should be 6 centimeter. If it is 4 centimeter, it also should be 4 centimeter. That is what is opposite side should be equal in a rectangle. If it is a rectangle, opposite side should be equal. And the second property is, tell me, yes, you are right, all angles are with how much measure? All angles are of measure what? 90 degree. This all angles, if this is a rectangle, all the angles should be 90 degree. This symbol stands for 90 degree. All the angles should be what? All the angles should be 90 degree. If it is a rectangle, all the angles should be 90 degree. That is what is the second property. And can you tell me the third property? Diagonals should be equal. Diagonals are equal in a rectangle. That means, you know what is diagonal? You know what is diagonal? Can you tell me which are the diagonals? See, this is the first diagonal of this rectangle. You know, the line joining the adjacent side is known as sides. Sorry, the line joining the adjacent vertex is known as side. So in that way, AB is a side, BC is a side, but AC is a diagonal. Why? Because the diagonal is a line joining between the non-adjacent vertices. These are the adjacent vertices, these are the adjacent vertices, these are the adjacent vertices, and these are also adjacent vertices. But A and C are not adjacent. So the line joining between the non-adjacent vertices are known as diagonal. So this is a diagonal, and of course this is also a diagonal. So this should be equal to this. That is what is diagonals are equal. It means, suppose if it is 10 centimeter, this diagonal also should be 10 centimeter. That is what is the third property of a rectangle. So first property is opposite side should be equal. This side should be equal to this side, this side should be equal to this side, and all angles are 90 degree, all angles are 90 degree, and diagonal also should be equal. Suppose if it is 3 centimeter, it also should be 3 centimeter. You may understand the first three property, and the fourth property is, and the last but not least property is, diagonals are bisecting. Diagonals are bisecting. You know what you mean by diagonals are bisecting? You know what is the meaning of the word bisecting? Bisecting means that dividing into two equal parts. Bisecting means that dividing into two equal parts. So diagonals are bisecting means this diagonal will bisect this diagonal, and this diagonal will bisect this diagonal. It means that we already learned that the measurement of each diagonal is same. If it is 10 centimeter, it also should be 10 centimeter. So if it is 10 centimeter, it should be 5 and it should be 5. And we understood that if this is 10 centimeter, this is also 10 centimeter. In that way, this is also should be 5 and this is also should be 5. That means the diagonals are bisecting is nothing but this much. That means this portion should be equal to, that means this portion of this diagonal should be equal to this portion of the same diagonal, and this portion of this this portion of this diagonal should be equal to this portion of the same diagonal, and see this portion of this diagonal, see once again, this portion of this diagonal should be equal to this portion of the same diagonal, and similarly this portion of this diagonal should be equal to this portion of this diagonal. You may understood. See, if it is 20 centimeter, it also should be 20 centimeter. Why? Because both diagonals are equal. If it is 20, it also should be 20. In that way, it should be 10, it should be 10, it should be 10, it should be 10. That is what is diagonals are bisecting. No need to learn the properties by heart. Just understand the meaning. Let it be. Okay. That is enough. No need to by heart these sentences. Okay. So that is what is the property of rectangle. And let me come to the next one, square. What? Square. Tell me what? Square. Yes. This is what is square. What is the specialty of a square? Square is a rectangle with all sides are equal. That is the definition of square. You can write the definition. Square is a rectangle with all sides are equal. That means square is also a rectangle. So you can write the definition as what? Square is a rectangle with all sides are equal. Full stop. Okay. Now you just hear to my words. Please lend your ears to my words. See. Square. What do you mean by square? Square is a rectangle with all sides are equal. That means square is a rectangle, but all the sides should be equal. That is what is square. So square will satisfy all these properties of rectangle. Why? Because square is a rectangle. And only the difference is that all the sides should be equal. That means if it is ABCD, the first property you can write all the sides are equal. AB should be equal to BC should be equal to CD should be equal to AD. That means AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. All the sides should be equal. Whereas in the rectangle opposite side only equal. But in the case of square all the sides are equal. You may understand. And the second property, just like the rectangle, all the angles are, tell me, all angles are 90 degree. All angles are 90 degree. And the third property, just like rectangle, diagonals should be equal. This diagonal should be equal to this diagonal. diagonals should be equal. And the fourth property is nothing but diagonals are bisecting. Just like this one, diagonals should bisect. Okay, so you may understand the square also. Anyway, only 10 minutes only reached, so let us explain parallelogram also. Okay, today we are going to learn parallelogram also. Expect rectangle and square. Let us focus parallelogram 2 through this video session. Parallelogram is a shape. Generally we used to draw parallelogram in this way. See, sorry. Generally we used to draw parallelogram like this. So this is the shape of a parallelogram. You name it as ABCD. You know what is the specialty of parallelogram? Opposite sides are parallel. This sign stands for opposite sides are parallel. It means it should be parallel to this one and it should be parallel to this one. What even be parallel lines? Just like a railway track. That means, can you say that this line and this line are parallel? No. Why? Because if you extend this line and if you extend this line, it will intersect. So these two lines are not parallel. And can you say that this line and this line are parallel? No. If you extend this one, if you extend this one, it will intersect somewhere. But here you just see, when I say this line and this line are parallel, if you extend in this way, it will not intersect, just like a railway track. It will goes like this in a parallel way. And if you extend this line and this line, it also will not intersect. So that is what is parallelogram. So can I ask you a question? Can you call rectangle as a parallelogram? Of course. Yes, of course. Why? Because in the case of rectangle also opposite sides are, if you extend, it will not intersect. So rectangle is a parallelogram. Then can you call square as a parallelogram? Yes, of course. Square also as a, we can call square also as parallelogram. But don't think that all the property of rectangle and square will hold for parallelogram. No, never. Why? Because rectangle is a parallelogram, I agree, but this is also a parallelogram, no? This is also a parallelogram, no? Why? Because see, opposite sides are parallel. This side is parallel to this side and this side is parallel to this side. So of course this is a parallelogram. But can you call this angle as 90 degree? No, this is not 90 degree. So in parallelogram, we cannot say always all the angles are 90 degree. It can be 90 degree just like rectangle. It cannot be. So first property we can say, we cannot say anything about the angles. You may understood. But rectangle and square angles are 90 degree. But whereas in parallelogram, angles can be 90, cannot be. So we don't know anything about angles in short. So first property we can write opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. And second condition is opposite side should be equal, just like rectangle. Opposite sides should be equal. It means that this side should be equal to this side. That means if it is 5 centimeter, it also should be 5 centimeter. And this side also should be equal to this side. If it is 3 centimeter, it also should be 3 centimeter. That is what is opposite sides are equal. You may understood. Are you following me? Yes. So opposite side should be equal. So next property is about the diagonals. The diagonals of a parallelogram can be equal, cannot be. We don't know anything. We cannot say anything about the diagonal. In rectangle and square, you have to be very attentive in the class, because all these two concepts are very important. In square and rectangle, diagonals came as equal. But in the case of parallelogram, we don't know whether the diagonals are equal or not. It can be equal, it cannot be. Why? Because rectangle is a parallelogram. You may understood that rectangle we can consider as a parallelogram. If you consider a rectangle parallelogram, diagonals are equal. But if you consider some other kind of parallelogram like this, diagonals cannot be equal. So in short, we don't know anything about the diagonals. Generally, we cannot say anything about the diagonals of a parallelogram. So we cannot say diagonals are equal in a parallelogram. So but we can say diagonals are bisecting. We can say what? Diagonals are bisecting. It means that if it is 10 centimeter, it can be 10 sometime, it can be 20 also. That is what I said. We cannot say diagonals are equal, just like rectangle and square. But diagonals are bisecting means if it is 10 centimeter, it should be 5 and it should be 5. If it is 20 centimeter, it should be 10 and it should be 10. Another example, if it is 10 centimeter, it should be 5 and it should be 5. And if it is 8 centimeter, it should be 4 and it should be 4. That is what is diagonals are bisecting. Diagonals can be equal or not, but still diagonals are bisecting. If the total measure is given, it will be half of that, it will be half of that. Similarly here also, diagonals are bisecting. You may understand. And the next property is opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal and adjacent angles are supplementary. Opposite angles are equal and adjacent angles are supplementary. It means that in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Which is the opposite angle of A? Angle C. That means angle A and angle C should be equal. It means if it is 30 degree, it also should be 30 degree. If it is, and which is the opposite angle of B? Angle D. If it is 50 degree, it also should be 50 degree. Just like that, opposite angle should be equal. Whereas in the case of triangle, in the case of rectangle and square, all angles are equal, 90 degree. But in the case of parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. And so opposite angles are equal, you may understood. And what even by adjacent angles are supplementary? It means that which is adjacent angle of this one. These both angles are supplementary. It means that supplementary means in bracket you can write sum of the angles should be 180 degree. That is what is supplementary. I already explained. The angles are supplementary means sum should be 180 degree. That means if you add this angle and this angle, we have to get what? 180 degree. For example, if it is 40 degree, it should be what? 140 degree. Why? Because we have to get the sum 180. 40 plus 140 only will give you 180. No, just like that. If it is 40 degree, it should be 40. Why? Because opposite sides are equal. If it is 140, it should be 140. But adjacent sides, when you add adjacent angles, it should be what? 180. Adjacent side when you add, it should be 180. If you add these two, if you add adjacent angles, the sum should be 180. See, this angle and this angle also, they are adjacent angles. Sum should be 180. This angle and this angle, they are adjacent angles. Sum should be 180. This angle and this angle, they are adjacent angles. Sum should be 180. But these two angles should be equal. These two angles should be equal because they are not adjacent. They are opposite. But this when you add these two angles, 180. These two angles sum 180. Sum of these two angles should be 180. This sum of these two angles should be 180. That is what these adjacent angles are supplementary and opposite sides are equal. And see, I'm going to wind up the session and let it be the shortest session from my side, 18 minutes only. We discussed only 3 figures because in between, if I'm not going to reduce video length, you will be getting angry towards me all the times. I know that because most of the students they used to consider the subject mathematics as a burden, so they may think that why Shibin sir is doing like this. So for them, I'm going to wind up the video. That means before 20 minutes itself, I'm going to wind up the video session. And anyway, wish you very good learning. Just write and learn. Write twice and learn all the things. And thank you.